Welcome to Flip Math Lesson 32 for the 5th grade. Today we're going to talk about polygons. And as you look at the screen, there's a number of different shapes up there. And so the question is, are there any shapes up there that are not polygons? And I'll give you just a second to look and try and figure it out. To understand if a shape is a polygon or not, first of all, we need a definition. A definition for a polygon is a flat shape formed by line segments, not by legs. Line segments that close in an area. And so because we have line segments, we need no curves or anything like that. So as you look at all the different shapes up on the screen, you notice that they are all polygons because they are all made by line segments. There's no curves. And even though they have some funny angles in there, they all fit the category of what a polygon is. All right. Now, as we look at polygons, we can talk about what are known as the regular polygons. And these hopefully are pretty familiar to you. But let's see if we can do a quick little matching and figure out the names of our regular polygons. If we have a three-sided figure, we would call that a triangle. A four-sided figure, I can hear you saying it at home. Quadrilateral, five-sided is our pentagon. Six-sided, hexagon. Seven-sided, that one might not be as familiar, but that's our heptagon. Eight-sided, that's our ever-present octagon. Nine-sided, this one might also be new, would be our nonagon. 10-sided, the options are going away quickly, but we have our decagon. Our 11-sided, this is the one you probably don't know, most people don't, is our hendecagon. And then, of course, we have our 12-sided, which would be our dodecagon. So understanding the names of these shapes. Now, looking at a pentagon, for example, we see that it is a five-sided figure, right? And that's the key idea. Five-sided means it's a pentagon. It doesn't matter how those five sides are. So if it's like this, right? Where you have five sides, that is still a pentagon. The difference is our yellow shape over here, this is what we would call a regular pentagon, where all the sides are equal, all the angles are equal, and so you have what's called a regular pentagon. And so the shapes you're seeing up here are all, for the most part, are regular shapes. Okay? So keep those ideas in mind. Let's test your knowledge on some of these things. So, quick quiz. Which of these shapes is not a polygon? Hopefully you identified the circle real quick is not a polygon, right? Curved edges don't make polygons. Okay, second question. Which of these shapes is not a quadrilateral? And hopefully you found this one out real quick because it has five sides, and quadrilateral are four-sided figures. Right? So we have those ideas. The other ideas we want to look at in terms of our polygons is understanding the words congruent and similar. And so we have some definitions. So our congruent means that the shapes are the small shape. It should say same. I don't know what I was typing. Same shape, which is the exact same size also. So as you look at the four triangles underneath congruent, which of the two triangles are congruent? Same shape, same size. And hopefully you said that these two are the same. And if you don't believe me, we can pull that over here. We can turn the angle a little bit, and angle's not quite right. They overlap each other, and so that would make them congruent. All right? So there's our congruent example. Next example would be similar shapes. Similar shapes are the same shape but different sizes. And usually as we think about this, we want to think about the fact that they are also proportional shapes. All right, so that they look very much the same, but it's just a different size. All right. And you can take a look at these, and hopefully you're noticing that our shape here is similar to this shape here. All right. Because if we were to take this shape, this one, the red one over here, looks pretty similar, but if we were to turn it like this, we'd notice that it has very different angles compared to our yellow one. All right, so looks close, but not quite. All right, so we have that idea also. Then I'll leave you with this sample problem dealing with polygons. I want you to name the shapes up on the screen. Now, of course, none of these are regular polygons, but you can still use the names of polygons that we looked at earlier to help you understand how to name these shapes. All right, that's the end of lesson 32.